Hey everyone, welcome to another Haze Reverb video, and in this one we're going to talk about the new Crusade raid boss, which is Cernunnos. And before we start, actually, I'm going to mention that the update video that I would normally do today will be delayed to tomorrow, mostly because the maintenance was extended today, and that cut into the amount of time that I have available today, so I'll do that tomorrow instead. And I figured the Crusade raid boss is a bit more important to get up first. So yeah, let's go over what the boss does. Now I won't actually go through every single thing, but I want to point out the important things that you'd need to know about, right? First off, it's a mobility boss, but it doesn't have maximum dodge damage reduction, which is great. It also has armor, but it's not maximum armor either, right? So it gets 45% here, and another 30% here, so a total of 75% armor. And that means like any DPS can actually deal damage to it, so you don't worry, you don't have to have anything specific on this boss, anything will work. That's the main things you need to worry about. The targeting is like this, so it will target the middle row and then the diagonals, right? So that's why I have it set up like this. Technically, this is actually not necessary. You could actually just run Farnese at the front and just put everyone like in a row behind. But I figured this is technically sort of min-maxing in that you can actually heal Mizo. Sorry, you heal your DPS with Mizo as well. It doesn't really. I don't think it does anything extra, but I would say just like maximizing the stuff that you have. And then Franca will target the Tina and splash onto the Skadi, and of course Tina will directly target the Skadi. And this is like the bare bones setup. I'd say no excuse not having all these units, except for maybe Farnese. Generally speaking, you should be targeting Farnese when you start your as a new player anyway. So hopefully you have her by now. But if you don't have her, that's fine. Just use any tank you want and just chuck her in this position, and the boss will attack at the diagonal, so obviously these two squares need to be kept empty. And that is the general gist of the fight. Nothing too special. This does clear on hell difficulty, and this is like the easiest setup that I've ever seen, really, right? This normally doesn't work on most bosses, but yeah, this is a very simple boss, not too difficult. Now, even though like Skadi is like easily accessible wherever I can kill it with her, I have tested a few, just like the 3 other units, just to test them out. But based off all of these working, I would say that pretty much any DPS should work. Right? So just use whatever you have, just the best DPS that you have invested into, and just throw it into this team in place of Skadi, and like you're good to go, right? You don't need your tank to taunt either, because the boss is always going to target the middle lane. As long as you have no other unit in the middle lane aside from your tank, it's always going to target the tank, right? Otherwise, they have to do some like positioning changes if you're running stuff in the middle. Like for example, if you're running more supports to buff your DPS, then you will have to change the positions a bit, or you just make your tank unit taunt on turn 1 or turn 2, because you have to target with Mizo to heal. That's fine as well, right? Just adjust according to what you're running. But this is the simplest setup I could think of, and I think pretty much everyone should be able to run this. All you need is a 2 attack cores, 1 flat attack, 1 percentage attack on your DPS, and then your tank just run 2 HP cores. Farnese runs 2 HP percent cores, but other tanks might use 1 flat 1 percentage. It doesn't really matter too much, I don't think. That's just just min-maxing at that point, but yeah, the boss is easy enough that I think it should work anyway. So let's just go. We'll watch just a few turns, just so you can see like how it works, and then we'll just skip to the end and show the final score. The final score. So you see, Farnese does take some damage. It's only a small amount actually, but Mizo is planning to heal it back up, and you can see she's just full health again every single round, so no issues. Even if you're running, if you're taking like quite a few turns to kill it, that's fine. It's not a big deal. And Skadi's doing roughly 10%, no 5% of the HP per hit, so she'll eventually kill. And yeah, so let's just skip to the final score. And that is, you can see it does have the kill score, so it definitely killed it. And turn score is not the greatest, but it's fine. So of course you can add more DPS even as well, just to speed it up too, but that's up to you. Now, just quickly, I'll just go back in and talk about the other DPS that I tested personally. Now, I didn't. I'm not going to test every single DPS. I just want to test out one of each type. So we have Angel Belina. Even if you have Rodnia, I wouldn't really swap Rodnia in. I think I just put Angel Belina because she's like she does so much damage anyway, right? Regardless of the boss's damage reductions. Whereas Rodnia probably is not going to have the same effect because she's an anti-resistance DPS. Just that Belina does so much raw damage that even though the boss has 75% armor and has the 35% from the dodge, she still does plenty of damage to kill the boss with. For the purpose of like testing, I have downranked all of them to their minimum levels. So Belina is at rank 4 and it still kills. Obviously, with higher ranks, it will do even better. I tested Xiao Meng as my anti-armor DPS, and at rank 5 is her minimum, and she was also able to kill it. Then Valentine Chalisa, rank 5 is her minimum as well, and she was able to kill the boss no problem. For this, I would conclude that any anti-dodge DPS and anti-armor DPS will also work. So Cynthia or Pressure for your anti-dodge, and then Mel or Festive Dolores for your anti-armor. They should all work as well. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. But just test what the units you have. Worst case scenario, you can always fall back to Skadi or Her Majesty if you have Her Majesty. I imagine Her Majesty will be even better, but I didn't bother to test it because if normal Skadi works, I would imagine Her Majesty would work as well. So anyway, that is it for this video. I hope that is helpful. So good luck with your Crusade raids. I will have the update video tomorrow, and then I'll also have my final Crusade raid video at some point during the week, most likely in a few days or so after I do some testing and see what I can come up with. So anyway, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.